My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to the Bazaar. We have no time because I clicked the start button for the game before I clicked the start button for recording for some reason. I'm Vanessa. We're playing Vanessa. It's ranked, it's Bazaar. My name is Rhapsody. Hello. I think I covered everything. Let's head into the quarters. Start with a small gold tier item and a silver tier skill. Oh, look. I'm gonna get absolutely dunked on, like 9 times out of 10 when I take this. It'll give me a combination that's absolutely irrelevant and unusable. However, that 10th time, baby, oh, it's good. Start with 1 enchanted small bronze tier item and 1 bronze tier skill. I'm gonna call my shot. I'm gonna call my shot in an insane way here. It's lighter and it's obsidian. Oh, it's a radiant lighter. God damn it. This cannot be frozen, slowed, or destroyed. Yeah, alright. Almost entirely irrelevant. Not entirely irrelevant, just almost. I'm gonna get 4 additional gold so I can try and build a board on the other side of the day. We will go to Pyro, because hey, you could upgrade my Radiant Light to... I can't tell you. Look, I told you it was not gonna go well. Okay, I guessed the item right. I didn't guess the enchant right. Any other enchant other than Radiant, by the way, would have been totally fine on this. Like, I would have been usable. Radiant is not gonna have any impact on this item. Probably the entire match. Well, hang on. Sorry, I understated. It will have an impact on the item. The lighter now sells for 2, not 1.
See that plank?
Oh!
Walk.
4, not 2. Curio sells bronze tier neutral items. You know what, Furnace? Give me a small burn item. You have to give me pop snappers, I'm pretty sure, because I already have lighter and it's a higher tier. Well... Well, you, Cole, why don't you give it to me? Talk it to me. Double barrel, you don't not take it is the thing.
Night round here, even with this on ya.
Realistically, I should probably take Bolus and run it instead of the Magma Core, because the Magma Core is not going to do damage. By the time the lighter goes off for the first time, they will have already burnt all of the damage from Magma Core.
Put a few rounds in a dervish for me, will ya?
Unfortunately, without a skill giving Radiant Lighter any additional burn, it does almost nothing. Actually, this does 3 damage every 3 seconds versus this doing 21 damage at the start of the fight. So it takes this 7 triggers 21 seconds to do as much damage as the Magma Core did at the start. But it does more.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist, go ahead.
It's probably not going to make a
Underestimate
difference.
you. It makes this more fun.
Okay. Well, it didn't make a difference. I'll tell you that much. This enemy with a Citrus, a Star Chart, a Honing Steel, Final Dose, and Fiery is not doing anything to me. Honestly, thank heck. Kinda what we need.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
Obviously, we can't rely on getting fights like that, but it gives me a little longer to try and find something poison to synergize with Final Dose, maybe some additional burn for the Radiant Lighter, maybe some ammo support, etc. It gives me time to put together a board. Yeah, the thing is, Mountain Pass is most of the time, most enemies kill me. Because these run out of ammo, and most enemies have enough health to survive all of it. Almost every enemy has enough health to survive all of that incoming damage. I think every enemy has enough health, actually. I'm gonna take a weird one here. I'm gonna go for the 2 gold 1 experience. I would love to take the fight, but I couldn't guarantee that I would live. Well, look. Right-handed, strength, and Final Flame. Those are certainly the ones we were looking for. Final Flame giving this 3 more burn doesn't really change its fortunes. Right-handed giving additional damage to a double barrel really, truly changes the state of the board.
It takes real confidence to let a kid train you. I'm impressed.
I can happily go to Isla here because I don't have anything to give the tiny fairy
Few
monster.
warriors live to retire. By my weapons, Nufo teaches stillness. I prefer action.
I do like wide border weapons build, but without the ability to give additional damage to Katana. Like, if I had strength, then Katana would go on board, but I don't. Even with that additional damage, 120 coming out of this. This is 90 twice, 180. Total of 300 just out of the 2 of those. Rogue Scrapper is going to hold us back and start healing back up. Covetous Thief we can kill. Giant Mosquito obviously we can kill as well. I'm going to go for the Covetous Thief. Obvious possibility of picking up Shadowed Cloak. Shadowed Cloak is a little strange here though, because in order for the Shadowed Cloak to support the double... Hang on. Someone miscounted. Oh, hell, it was me! Oh, jeez, boy, howdy. They died at the first tick of the sandstorm? Okay, never mind. Oh, boy. I thought this guy had 300 health. Turns out he has 400. Oh, cool. Shadowed Cloak is in a weird position because while it is damage scaling and haste, very nice on both of those, that means I have to find a different way to reload the double barrel.
Nothing tiny.
Ramrod
nothing
would be
huge.
pretty ideal.
If it's not right for you, bring it back. I want you to be happy.
I mean, I couldn't have expected to see Ramrod there, but if I did, I wouldn't have been sad about it, so it's okay. I don't think running rifle in the next fight seems at all appropriate. I'm gonna go Lost Crate. Silver Hammer would be an upgrade for Shadowed Cloak, but it doesn't really do. I'll take the Silver Hammer upgrade to Cloak.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
The problem is not, like, it almost feels like I need to put the pet rock next to the Shadowed Cloak. Because yes, the double barrel gets a lot more damage, but Pig is just going to live through all of the damage that I'm capable of doing at the moment. And then be like, okay, now what? So I think I need to have a weapon that is getting haste and actually scaling that doesn't run out of ammo.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my
We're in the part of the game where, like, until we solve ammo, we kind of need to scramble. Okay. Okay, I severely undercounted our damage. I mean, ultimately, that comes down to the double barrel is just better than I thought it was, and I already thought it was too good.
Another empty chest, waiting to be filled.
Grabbing a bronze tier ammo item here. No, just give me 2 gold and a bronze tier loot item. I want money. Isla sells weapons, eh? The thing is, like, I do care about weapons. But you're not going to upgrade my... Well, you might not. You probably won't upgrade my double barrel today. You can't give me anything that supports additional ammo gain. I guess I could get a different weapon that the Shadowed Cloak is over the moon to work with. Or I could just go for the 150 HP. I think if I go 150, I'm actually in a much better position right now, yeah. This is the opportunity to get 5% additional crit chance on Eagle Talisman and then sell it for the double barrel.
We take pride in our restorations.
I could also upgrade Pet Rock. But Pet Rock's not going to be sold for a while.
You may be too sad.
Scout Trooper, you have 650 health. This is a barrage for 140. It resolves twice. Yes, even if I count up all of the additional weapon damage, that's 5, 10, 15. That is another 30 damage on top of its 280, taking it to 310. These both resolve for another 120, taking us to 430, and then the Pet Rock is just going off. Like, I can't fight the Scout Trooper. I'd love to get the... You know what? I talked myself into it. I'd love to get a Fiery Cutlass. This deals double crit damage. Unfortunately, I did just sell crit increaser. Well, should have sold that item. Midsworth. Small, large items. Yep. Because you know exactly what I want, don't you, buddy? You know exactly what I want and you're going to give it to. Aren't you?
Back to business.
That's the kind of lead that could, that's the kind of store that could lead someone to believe that you don't know what I want. You don't understand that the item that matters the most right now is either Crow's Nest, Silencer, or any combination of Crow's Nest and Silencer. Immediate damage, scaling damage. Like, we have a plan. It's just like, I really wish that you'd helped me out with it a little bit. Lost Crate's more impactful for skills again, but also upgrading the Cutlass for 10 additional damage by base. Pretty good. I just really don't want to lose today. And I think an upgraded Cutlass is going to make it pretty difficult to lose.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
And you should know, so am I. Bunch of weapons. You got Silver Tier Fiery. That's pretty threatening. So it's truly going to be their burn damage that scares. Nice. Even though they managed to crit on one of their Cutlass hits there, we got over the top of them. Despite the fact they were a level higher, so they had 2 more items on board.
Place to store the rest of the tyrant's gold.
I don't think it's important enough to upgrade just Pet Rock or Magma Core here. I think looking for a bronze tier skill, possibly burn related, possibly crit related, but burn related in this instance, is better.
There are greater trainers than me. I'm just getting you ready for them.
I really want to go to eating contests, but I also recognize that, like, my survivability, especially with this dealing double crit damage, my survivability fundamentally comes down to how fast do I find Crow's Nest. So I'm going to go to the Cache of Riches for 4 additional golds And Mountain Pass, because I can win a fight if it comes up with one. Mod Squad. That's the hardest enemy. I feel like that's the hardest enemy from 2 days up. No, it's the hardest enemy from tomorrow. But this'll handle him comfortably. Oh, Golden Crypto, thank you. I mean, we can absolutely take out Hydro, dude. Did you just see what we did? Grand? Thank you for your money, Prince Marianus. Sorry, sorry, Prince Marianus. I know I called you Hydro, dude. Slow and steady. When you slow, your weapons gain +3 damage for the fight.
Another empty
Very
chest
interesting.
waiting to be filled.
Argenta, do you happen to have specifically improved weaponry?
If you want grim and stoic, you came to the wrong Sphinxian. I believe in joy.
Stunning Strike. The first time you crit each fight, freeze an item 3 seconds. Worth.
When you're ready, I'll send you to Orlin.
I was hoping for the when you crit, give your weapons additional damage. And he sells small items. If I found Silencer, I'd buy it. If I found the Clamora, I'd buy it.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
I'll sell Crypto for 22, despite the fact that it's only selling for a max of 20, apparently. I'll put Pop Snappers on the field, and Vanessa's Amulet, and Silencer. Great. Nesting Doll. Shield equal to this item's ammo. At the start of each day, this gains 1 max ammo. So, why would I take this? Because I want an ammo item that's not a weapon, just in case I go flagship? But I have Pop Snappers for the same reason. Alright, never mind. Radiant Lighter just doesn't really contribute anything. 10 additional damage on the Cutlass, even if it doesn't give the cooldown reduction, worth way more. Bolus admittedly does contribute, but 10% crit chance is pretty nice. Getting this all the way up to 20% crit chance. Come on, and large items. Lost Crates upgrade for Silence. Oh, I'm gonna do something dumb. Give me the upgrade hammer. I'll tell you what I'm doing later, unless you already just figured it out, because it's pretty obvious. Bilbo Baggins. As I live and breathe.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
Alright. They did manage to hit improvised weaponry. When you crit, your weapons gain 5 additional damage for the fight. Yeah. Yeah. They also had Gold Tier Strength, the Final Flame. They even had the Figurehead for the 25 additional damage on all of them. They were, they're where I'm looking to be about in a day's time. Middle, if you saw me Ramrod, would I change my build?
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back.
Robo, Charge adjacent items 1 second. If you have, if you have 5 or more unique types, reduce its item cooldown by 50%, and then the captain's wheel. Realistically, that's a way for speed on a thing, but that's what the Shadowed Cloak is already here for. This is a lot of space to accomplish what this is already doing. No.
You leave it behind, someone else finds it. It all works out.
All right, Curio.
Reuse, recycle, relax. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything. Well, you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar.
Little bit of additional damage for it. I mean, how could it not be Trash Town Mare? Like, yes, Breeding Duelist is standing there. And has Pistol Sword. Anyhow, Trash Town Mare. He's just so easy. Dog, when you sell a small item, this gains 6 additional damage. Silver tier weapon, silver tier loot item, silver tier item. Let's go loot item and additional money. I basically need to visit shops until I find the right thing. Thankfully, Aerodrome has just turned up. Non-weapon items, says Kina. Most of the items I want aren't weapons right now. But I think I can probably roll until I find someone who's more likely to give me what I want. Bakun, medium and large items.
Do you have any really small things?
Trebuchet, when you use another weapon or haste, charges 2 seconds. Fiery Cutlass, whenever it goes off, that's both a weapon and a haste. Like, I'd take Pop Snapper's double barrel off field. I lose a lot of immediate damage, but I get a lot more sustained damage. There's also Figurehead for just additional damage immediately. Don't think I want that. I kind of want to roll, but if I don't hit soon, things are going to get pretty tense. Yeah, I think it'd be fair to describe that not as hitting.
Oh, it's like the
Goodbye, Radiant Lighter.
birds that nested in my mother. I'll never resell this. I can feel my leaves falling.
Okay, talk.
I was expecting you 0.5 seconds ago.
I'll talk dock lines, sure. Tech, weapon, apparel, aquatic, and vehicle. Four seconds. First resolution has the ability to hit dock lines as well. Okay. Oh. What about that? Because, like, I haven't got Crow's Nest, right? I may as well not try and wait for it. But this is the earliest, like, gold can turn up. And that's a gold electric eels. I think it's drop the gold electric eels on the field. Get rid of this double barrel. So it gets haste every time I use it. It's got a 5.1 second cooldown, charges 2 seconds whenever it's used. Whenever it slows, it adds 3 damage to all weapons on the field, including itself, which is only itself. Rowboat and dock lanes. I think I'll sell Pop Snappers and Pet Rock as well in order to pick up the star charts so that future dock events can be used. I lost a huge amount of damage there. My burn going offline? What about this? Yeah, I think that's a lot better. For right now. I'd love to give right-handed not to the eels, but to the cutlass, but unfortunately I can't do that without preventing the eels from being able to get the charge from the rowboat. That said, the eels themselves are also slowing, adding additional damage back to the cutlass.
Nobodies. Go ahead, underestimate me. It makes this more fun.
That's your double barrel, of course it is. Oh, you got a ramrod and a crow's nest, cool. I managed to freeze their ramrod for a second, and then I died.
Strength is a sword without a blade.
Yeah. Look, I'm trying to do other things. But I do wish the crow's nest had turned up when I wanted it. Because if it had, things would be different. 5 golden 1 experience in this position I think I got to take. Upgrade a silver tier or a lower item. I think that's going to be the rowboat. To try and make us faster. Cutlass just gets 10 more damage. Shadowed Cloak would give 7 damage, 2 additional damage on top of what it's currently doing.
Ooh, the keener the blade, the quicker the fight.
Middle's almost never offering me the upgrade here I care about. I'm gonna try something here. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. That's not the crane. Alisander buffs adjacent items every so often. Gets armory, health, toughness, and shield related items. Unfortunately, Crow's Nest is none of those. Toughness and shield? Yeah, no.
Food is life. Our bodies.
Let's get some max HP and regen from Big Bites. And B1, B2. No, it's Kina.
Discounts for peace.
Water Wheel and Gold Pufferfish. When you haste, charge this 2 seconds. And the Water Wheel hasting a bunch of items for us. And there's even Beach Ball for more haste. Like, it's a full pivot, but, like, what I'm doing right now is not working. I just really want what I do in the future to slightly utilize any of the tools I have right now. So, like...
I'm so glad we could share this experience today.
Oy, boy. Okay. I gotta say, you're less likely to lifesteal all of my health.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
You do see these tusks, right?
You are pretty likely to scale wildly out of my control.
Next time I'll show you.
See, if the fight goes for a respectable amount of time and the enemy has to scale up their damage rather than just double barreling me in the face a million times for a trillion billion damage, we do have a chance. But can I rely on that? Nufu, why don't you sell me a skill?
This world is full of noise. You must find the quiet within.
When you slow, your weapons gain 6 damage. Look. The answer is yes. I'm gonna sell the star chart. I think docs can still appear today, but I'm just gonna like hope it's not gonna. Olin, show me
I will
some
not train you to kill. I will train you to live.
heat. That counts. Command ship, if you have a vehicle, reduce your non-vehicle items cooldowns by 15%.
Soon I think you will be ready for Adira's training.
Electric Eels is down to a 5.1 second cooldown. Now, if I let's just think about it for a second. If be 5.1, 4.3 still needs to activate 3 times to truly go off. See, responding to your enemy items is good, unless the only item they have on board kills you, and they only have to activate it twice. Look, that's a vast over-exaggeration, but you get where I'm coming from. You've seen our enemies. I'm pretty sure that we scale enough cutlass damage early enough in this fight, but if I do this, I don't think I can be stopped. Yeah. I'm gonna burn you down.
At least you're no cloud top slime.
They gave additional cooldown to the dock lines, thankfully. Worst case scenario was Fiery Cutlass, second worst rowboat. Dock lines are fine where they're at, though. Yeah. Specifically, having burn makes this approachable, because while I'm scaling my damage, the burn is finishing them off.
I burned it.
Also, there's a chance you could give me the Lighthouse and things change. Silver tier ammo, silver tier loot, thank you. Cooldown reduction. Cinders. Rowboat, Lighthouse, Electric Eels. It has the silencer, and Vanessa's amulet is just also there. Realistically, that should be Clamor at some point, and then Clamor should be upgraded. I truly, in my heart of hearts, feel this is both, number 1, incredibly good, number 2, not good enough. I believe both of those to be 100% true. Aerodrome. If you show me the right item, I could sell for it.
Lithic markets, just trade boulders.
You
It's
absolute
more
butt.
fun.
No, I'm... No. Flagship. I have tool, I have property, I don't have friend. If I put flagship on field from eels, no. 4, 4, 8, 16, 17. If I roll, I have 6 left. 6 plus 17 is 23. I'd have to sell the upgrade armor to upgrade the clamor and then sell all of my board in order to get the upgrade for the lighthouse or the electric eels if I rolled here. So I won't.
In and out, here and there, so rushed, so confused.
I'm just going to take a shield item. Ah, hell, sure. Use another aquatic item. Charge this 1 second. Is that worth 10% crit chance? Literally just having another item on field that activates commonly. Every 3.4 seconds. All of my other items on board are aquatic. I don't think it's... honestly, I think Clamora might even be more relevant.
I may be young for a captain, but I've seen my...
I'd really love to upgrade that Clamora. Thankfully, they didn't freeze the electric eels. So I got to respond a whole bunch there. And burn them down. Nice. Oh, that's fun. They're using the core, so when it goes off, it charges items to the left of it. Sorry, to the right of it, rather. And they've got motherboard and GPU, the things that haste the core as well as give the core additional damage as the items they charge. Interesting. Don't know exactly how that compares, but I do find it interesting. I'm going to take this opportunity to go to Jules Cafe for additional HP. Only for the rest of the day, but also I don't think either of those other spaces would have particularly helped us. When you sell this, your leftmost freeze item gets +1 second of freeze. I would love to have and use that, but Cinders for +4 burn on Lighthouse. Also, I don't have a freeze item, so what am I going to speculatively take it? This one's good, though. 4 burn. I see Car Conductor. I know that I need to think about this for a second. Yeah, because Car Conductor has a gold version of Command Ship, which means that if I beat you, there's a possibility you drop Command Ship. How does Command Ship upgrade? Because it's 15% right now. I feel like the next one might just be 20%. Yeah, it's 20%. Is that worth it? I think so. That's my idea. You know. What are you asking me for? I don't know things. Does have a slow item, but the slow item isn't really relevant to our board state. And Bouncertron activates a lot of items very quickly, which makes it very easy to burn them down. Burn, baby, burn. When the electric eels gets down to a 4 or lower second cooldown, or diamond tier, so it activates in 2 single activations. Oh. Things get even better. Gatling gun. Deal 50 damage and then reduce the item's cooldown by 10% for the rest of the fight. That's exactly the kind of item you put on the side of a shadowed cloak, but the thing is, that's still not fast enough. I'm going to get rid of the fiery cutlass. It's not got back on board. Well, B. That's an interesting upgrade. Let's have a look at our heist targets here. So Lighthouse, first and foremost. Lighthouse hastes a single item for 3 seconds whenever it goes off. Rowboat hastes 2 items for 2 seconds. It's pretty good. Happens every 4 seconds itself. Electric Eels hastes a single item for 3 seconds. The Silencer hastes only the Electric Eels. And then Clamora, I feel like, hastes a single item for 2 seconds.
But can we get moving?
Rowboat happens every 4 seconds, whereas Lighthouse happens faster than that. And Lighthouse can trigger at the start of the fight when Clamora is upgraded. So I think it's Lighthouse gets haste. Because if I can run this board with this as my board, and I still get to perma-haste my board, things get wild. Middle, do you want to upgrade my rowboat for me?
I want what's right for you.
Alright.
You might try JJ's shop. Real friendly guy.
I do like JJ, but I think Midsworth might have the juice.
Let's get this over with.
Can you stop turning up? It's insulting now, actually. As soon as I decide to do something else, the crow's nest is like, oh, were you looking for Widow me? Oh, it'd be a shame if I was nowhere when you needed me. And yeah, it is a shame. I think I'm gonna have to. I was, by the way, it was the upgrade dupe, the silencer tech that I was considering, but
This will inspire the crew.
getting a second slow at the very start of the fight is very relevant. Gets us much faster towards our first haste from Lighthouse. Crow's Nest, single cutlass, and you've got Shadowed Cloak. You also picked up a silencer and Vanessa's amulet. I do have disruption, because I can slow you, thankfully, with the eels.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Noxious Potion on board. I'll be. It poisons both players before. If you had a skill like, you know, when you poison, freeze or something like that, I'd understand, but why even run it? I'll look, but like, we know the only weapon I care about is
Oh, I do miss it.
large. I have tool, I guess? Alright, what were we considering? Whether or not we should pivot for the obsidian hand axe? I mean, flat... You know, non-vehicle items reduce their cooldown by 15%. Nope. No, I don't think that and a shadowed cloak next to a turbo lighthouse with no slowing and a single silencer. So what? It's got like a... Yeah, I don't see it.
I hope you live long enough to reconsider.
And I think this board cohesively has a future. I think as soon as I start taking pieces off of it, none of it has a future.
No weapons? Leave.
Yeah, I was wondering what that happened. Well, because then you could, right? I don't know whether tripwire is appropriate for this board. A lot of my slowing, a lot of my damage comes out of Electric Eel. Obviously, most of my damage comes out of the Turbo Lighthouse. But having like an actual attack as well as a 2-second slow. I don't know. Well, it really comes down to where would this be, right? And Rowboat right now represents 15% cooldown reduction on both the Turbo Lighthouse and the Electric Eels. So it doesn't want to leave. Neither does the Turbo Lighthouse, neither does the Electric Eels. You see the problem? Because Silencer can leave. Clamora can leave.
our energies resonating.
I think it's probably better. I don't know. Figurehead. Aquatic items to the left of this are their cooldowns reduced by 20%. Huh. %20 further reduced cooldown. Let's think about that for a second. Because Turbo Lighthouse is 6 seconds. It's having a 15% taken off already by the other item, and then it'd have another 20% taken off, which would take it to a 4-second cooldown. And that same math holds for the electric eels, which means that this only has to see 2 items activate in order to go off. This only needs to see 2 slows to go off. But like, if this is the only slowing item on board, is there any way I generate enough slows to actually use the Lighthouse? This is something that's always confused me about running this kind of board. I don't know if Figurehead, Tripwire, or just some other stuff is better. The immediacy of Clamra being able to give us almost the first charge of Turbo Lighthouse immediately, I think is more important. I almost think this is correct, and I shouldn't have even bought Tripwire. %20 further reduced cooldown. This goes down to 4.08 for both of them. And then if this went down, or if this got upgraded to Diamond tier, then both of them go below a 4-second cooldown. If Rowboat had slow itself as well, if this was enchanted with slow, so it slowed 2 items every 3 point whatever seconds, then maybe. Property, vehicle, weapon, friend, and aquatic. So yeah, I could run the Figurehead and I'd still have the 5 unique types on field. I think I need more items. I don't think I can run Figurehead, and I'm not going to buy it to hedge my bet. I don't think one shot, one kill is the direction I really want to go with this. Yeah, like imagine this without the Clamra. Because the Clamra gave the Turbo Lighthouse almost enough charge to fire at the very start of the fight. It hit the rowboat and everything just started going off. Old Zane sells skills unique to Vanessa. But you can sell me a skill that lowers the cooldown? The best slow skills are already the ones that we've... Well, actually, hang on. Slow-mo Lumbra, you do have a... You have a skill... You have a nasty skill here, actually. I'm pretty sure... that Slow-mo Lumbra... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at burn skills at the moment. I'm pretty sure that Slow-mo Lumbra can give you the when you slow cause a burn item to get charged.
Unbearably slow.
Those are slow reference. The first 5 to 10 times you slow each fight, charge a poison item. Yes, but I'm looking for that, but for burn, slow burn. First 5 to 10 times you slow each fight, charge a burn item 1 second. That'd be ideal, but like, that is kind of the only hit here. First time you slow freeze, obviously also a hit. I'm gonna go with old Zane.
I'm done with Pelago. The Bazaar's the only sea I sail.
Oceanic Rush at the start of each fight. Haste 2 aquatic items for 2 seconds. Haste at the start of the fight as well as slow at the start of the fight means that I have things to attach freezing skills to. Crashing Waves the first 10 times. Use an aquatic item each fight. Haste a weapon 1 second. I feel like the electric eels get to their hastes already fast enough. I just want start of fight speed.
Girl, you've come a long way, Lady Corzina.
I could go to middle, but I'm only looking for Rowboat from middle, so... Quixel instead, who can give me Rowboat or Silencer or Clamora. I have no way to gain crit chance. I don't think Swashbuckle's appropriate for that exact reason.
Try Barcoon. He needs to get his numbers up or something.
This could level us up. It doesn't. Yeah, I think this is still the board I want to run.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to squabble with nobodies.
I can slow it a bunch, but that is my doom. And you do have, how much times more health than me? Golden Pawn Shop. When you sell an item, this gains 2 value. They have 5,760 health just from that, and then another plus 50% on top of that. I'm honestly surprised that's all of the max health gain they actually have. Because that's 17,000 health. I don't know really what I was supposed to do to that. Gold tier loot, cooldown. Come on. Orburn, cooldown, Orburn, cooldown, Orburn. Heal. Paul, do you want to upgrade one of these bad boys for us, please?
So, I opened one.
I see. I feel like I'm at the position where if I pivot out of this build, I lose. And if I stay with this build, I lose.
Heavy. They tell me it's a problem.
Burning Caldara, you say? Enchant an item with burn effects, you say? I feel like I should just take it, but I don't really get a lot of value out of it. If anything, it's just more burn triggers, but I don't think this scales enough damage to actually significantly care about that. Veteran Octopus, I know you have 8,888 health, and that is actually kind of threatening. But also, once our board is kind of perma-hasted, and especially when you attack with all your cutlasses and the fiery electric eels goes off a billion times, we'll win. Give me hyperfocus.
Over already.
Of course it's the cutlass.
We barely got our flags up.
It's always the cutlass. Upgrade an item. I feel like the electric eels are probably the premium recipient for that. Clamora also desperately wants an upgrade, but the electric eels are going to get 3 seconds of charge.
The quicker the fight.
Makes it much easier for them to activate themselves. Unfortunately, we're too late in the game as well for the silencer to be just purchased in an upgrade. Isla's offering weapons. Weapons are pretty much the only subset of items that I don't want right now, so I'll be going for HP. And thank you. I'm so happy to see a dually. The big reason, because I can beat a dually. Dualies use items.
Go ahead.
That's my favorite thing about dualies. They use a bunch of items, which means that if you have items that care about them using items, it's good. Thank you for using your items. I deeply appreciate you giving me my 7th victory. I am sorry that when you use items, you lose the game. I wish that weren't the case, but I found a golden electric eels on day 5, so what are you going to do, you know? Health, toughness, and shield items in Kev's armory. I kind of want to just go there and look.
The world is pretty scary. Might want some armor?
Shielded Arbalist, you say? With very little haste and no reload. The submarine, sure, it's an aquatic, it's a weapon, it's a vehicle. It showed up even earlier in the run. It's absolutely not good. Even with Shadowed Cloak, this would need so much scaling. So much scaling. And it just doesn't have access to it.
No armor.
To run on day 11. Sorry, not in general, just you know, today and now.
Welcome in, hon. What can I get you?
It's time. Let's go back into the double barrel.
See that mountain? That's Pole. You might have what you need.
All right, Slowmore. Adira is so often just complete misses.
Feel it, this thick, slow river. You'd understand.
It's honestly not bad. Net launcher, the first time you use large item each fight, slow 3 items 3 seconds. That immediately causes the Turbo Lighthouse to go off again. Which is a Turbo Lighthouse. So it also hastes another item very quickly. So it means that our start of the fight, like at the very start of the fight, we pretty much quickly get to it's not reliably perma-haste, but it's pretty close. And that's like a huge amount of burn. I feel like we are doing... This is a problem I've had a lot over the course of this patch. I feel like we're doing really well, and then I die. Octopus, every 8 seconds, deal 8 damage. With a multicast of 8. Yeah, but... It takes 8 seconds? And that is well known as 7 seconds after the fight is decided, so it's a little difficult. Networking for... Oh, gunpowder for ammo! There is a play where I take the gunpowder for ammo and I literally just start looking for boulder. I don't want to do that. Grandmaster to get our first crit to freeze for an additional second? Sure. Really wish I had more freeze, but like you don't want too much freeze when you have slow. Because you'd hate to, you know,
I'm a bit of a
you'd hate to have them overlap and then the slow doesn't matter. Obviously, if you have enough slow, then... Oh, really? Are we... I mean, at least your health isn't multiple times mine, but it is just 2 times mine. 2 times mine is completely okay. I will die still to the Toxic Fixer-Upper. Master Salesman and Balcony with a shielded pawn shop to give you 8,000 health on field. 8,000? 8,000. Oh, your shielded items have plus shield equal to this item's value. It's getting its double value from the thing, and then it's giving it to the Toxic Fixer-Upper as well. Oh, man, I'm gonna love the next patch.
Solid gem, flecked with glittering moments.
Guardian's Gorge, enchanted item with shield effects. The reason, so I would want to put that on the Lighthouse, but the Lighthouse is my haste applicator at the moment, and that's more important, to be entirely frank. The shield numbers generated by any of the other items I can enchant with it, even Tripwire, are really, really low. I think the best outcome for me here is going for Artist and hoping that Rowboat hits slow, shiny, Obsidian? Probably not Obsidian, but... That's Turbo.
Ships may sink, but I'm a good swimmer.
That's still probably better, I think. Kina, you could upgrade my board.
Punish the warful.
Look, I got enough money that I'll upgrade Tripwire. I'll hold it in my backpack the entire time. And then at the very end of the game, we'll lose. Shrouded Figure, that's HP. Well, sorry, HP courtesy of leveling up is how we get that HP. It's really important that we upgrade the Silencer, but I don't think we use a free upgrade on it. I think we hit the Clamorer, because now Clamorer, start a fight, slows 3 items. Immediately, the Turbo Lighthouse sees 3 items slowed, it triggers, it immediately slows 3 more items, it triggers again.
The dunes are
And now with the Rowboat having additional haste, we should pretty much just have perma haste, like, very reliably.
The Bazaar is corrupt. Let the desert cleanse you.
When any player uses an item, all items gain 2% crit chance for the fight. I mean, I don't have crit chance, and my enemies probably do. So I actually think I can take that, but usually you don't. Because usually you have crit chance and the enemy doesn't. But we're in a weird and wacky unique scenario here. I absolutely can't afford to lose any health, so I'll take a free ritual dagger and I'll sell it. Midsworth, want to upgrade that Lighthouse for me? I would have accepted Clamorer too, just so you know.
Feel the soft hum of its averageness. Nothing I can do about your poor judgment.
I suspect we are unfortunately too late in the game and pigs are kinda just gonna dunk all over us. I'm gonna say that this one has Pig's Gym. It's gonna manage to go off like 4.2 seconds into the fight and then I'm dead to Caltrops. No? Well, never mind. I am dead to Caltrops. Just not in the way I thought. It feels like my board is too ruthlessly fair for the end game, but I clocked in my 7. That's all I came to work today for. Because I'm running the wrong items for a 10.
All of this is just training. Our real fight is on Pelago.
Yeah, exactly. Our real fight's on Pelago, so it's not even started yet, Vanessa. You're 100% right about that. Where's the Clamorer? Can I see the Clamorer? No? Alright, no Clamorer zoom in. That's not going in the thumbnail. I'll collect my 2 chests and waddle onwards towards the rest of the patch. I'd love to see a shake-up, though, because I'm just seeing a lot of familiar boards. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been The Bazaar. Top left is a series playlist for all my content of the game, past, present, future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. And we're both thanked in. A special thanks this episode to Mr. Gibberish. Hopefully you all have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.